We've got basketball at Oracle Arena, the home of the Warriors in Oakland, California. Live on 2K Sports, bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg with the fourth member of our team, Doris Burke. Take a look at the Mavericks. They've got to be hoping that the road will be a little kinder to them than their winless homestand they just concluded.
You know, right now for the Mavericks, they've started the season in a tailspin. This was not what was supposed to happen.
It's almost like they were too relaxed coming into the season. I mean, you can't just expect to be good. You've got to earn it in this league. It's too competitive.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Monte is the 2 with Parsons playing the small forward. Dirk and Chandler up front, and it's Rondo in at the point. None of the defenders wanted anything Clark to do with him on that jam.
And I do not blame him at all, partner. He was coming in with a bunch of steam and was ready to posterize whoever decided to get in his way.
All right, I understand, fellas, but come on. You've got to challenge him a little bit at least.
And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
And here's Ellis from beyond the arc. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Warriors lead by 6. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps in this game stats-wise?
And they've done a nice job here offensively to establish a rhythm and a pace to this game.
And I like that they're finding ways to score, playing well here, Steve.
On the court for Dallas here in the second. Monte is the 2 with Parsons playing the small forward. Stoudemire out there with Chandler, and it's Harris in at the guard position.
You know, the instant that steal was made, they were off and running the other way.
Ball pressure, then a run out, Steve. That's perfection to me.
So for Dallas, their last game a loss to Oklahoma City.
Well, they heaved up a lot of ill-advised three-pointers in that loss. Guys, they were way too trigger-happy from downtown.
Yeah, and that's not the area on the court where you want to be forcing shots from. Heck, you were a great three-point shooter, and you know that, Steve.
Yeah, I mean, it comes and goes, but you can't just rely on that when things aren't going your way.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
On offense, here are the Warriors. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
They ran away with that game, Kevin, mostly thanks to their play at the offensive end.
That's exactly right, guys. There was crisp movement by the players and the ball throughout that game, and they got a lot of high-quality shots as a result.
And so that brings the first half to a close. Warriors ahead, leading by...
Okay, guys, solid play so far. I like what I'm seeing. But just a few things to talk about before the second half. Our passing has been very precise. I'll give you guys a lot of...
And the third quarter about ready to get underway.
It's been a good night for Mr. Perfect. He has 8 points and a couple of nice steals, too.
Wow, he's accounted for over half his team's points. Can you believe that?
This is hard to believe, but we're seeing it with our own 2 eyes, so it must be happening.
Curry and Thompson, the Splash Brothers in the backcourt. Harrison Barnes is out there with Mr. Perfect, and it's Bogut in at the center filling out the middle. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doc Rivers.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Perfect. And so it's Dallas with it. A 12-point game. There's the steal. 2 on none. No one back to stop this. Here's Mr. Perfect. That drops. Mr. Perfect's got 12.
Tell you what, the points they've allowed off turnovers are really hurting.
Well, you're just not giving your defense enough time to react when you give up the ball like that.
Now here's Ellis, averaging 19 points per contest. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
He tried to shoehorn along the sideline, but he stepped out of bounds. Pretty good defense there to force the turnover.
Warriors leading by 14. Here's Mr. Perfect. 12 points for him. Pulls up on the wing, and Nowitzki with the block. He gets it up. Can't connect. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Warriors lead by 14. And we'll be back with you. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Well, it had to be this play, don't you think, Kevin?
Sure.
This is just a phenomenal pass. Made the defense look like they had no idea what was going on.
What precision with that pass.
Beautiful. And so only one team answered the bell tonight. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Warriors.
I agree, Steve, and this is a game where the defense, Clark Steele specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created extra possessions for him too, Kevin. Scoring opportunities they cashed in on, and that effort a big part of what will be a nice victory tonight.
And in terms of the season record, this is going to be their 18th win overall.
Well, this win gives them a victory in round one of what's basically a four-game fight between these teams this season.
And it will be a fight, Steve. When you see an opponent that many times, it's inevitable that those games take on a little extra meaning for the players.
Well, you look back at this one, and what an amazing performance this has been for the self-proclaimed Mr. Perfect. You have to look at his steals and when he would come up with them as major factors in this result.
On the floor right now for the Mavericks, we've got Stoudemire. Felton is out there with Devin Harris, and it's Powell in at the power forward. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Hey, what more can you ask?
Well, that'll do it. For Doris Burke, Steve Kerr, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long. We'll see you next time. And as we leave, we give you our Jordan Player of the Game, Mr. Perfect.
We were firing on all cylinders tonight, baby.
Yeah, man, nothing like getting mine when a team gets theirs.
Food tastes a little better.
Hey, them checks gonna look a little bigger.
Now we celebrating or what?
If you don't mind chilling with a young fella like me,
Let's do it.